Excuse me. Look at this. First thing I do is just burp on camera. Okay, so they said they patched Final Fantasy XIV. Okay. Even though you, for any unholy reason, still cannot use the mouse to scroll. So they patched something. Hold on, I have like food right in front of me. I'm trying some really stupid experiment. Took a piece of bread and I filled it with cheese. Stacking noodles from a ramen noodle cup inside of it. So I do want to hear everyone else's experience right now with Final Fantasy XIV on the Switch. 2, I would love to hear y'all experience right now. You know, what you like, what you hate, what you think needs to still get patched. All that wonderful jazz. Oh, that's good. That's good. The ramen cup I got is like the cup noodle. It says like ramen bistro, Korean gochujang beef, and then you stick it in like it has like chili infused noodles. If you take it, and you put it in like bread with cheese in it at the bottom of it, and then you eat it. It's actually really good. Okay. I want to do a roulette. We're going to do an alliance. Oh, yeah. My friend Iron Boots turned off name tags, which I don't do that. I always forget about that. Okay. Now this is something I didn't tell people I knew about. Like, you could display your like people's names and shrink it. Like, you could always shrink it, so it's like wasn't a problem. That way you can actually still see everyone's name above their head. I like doing it that way so I can know, like, if someone talks to me in the bottom corner, I could actually go look for them on the map, and then like select them and talk to them. Or see who it is. I'm not gonna do this on my max level. I'm gonna do this on my Reaper. I would do Machinist, but it feels weird to play Machinist, honestly. I was gonna play something else. I was gonna stream these past few days, but I was doing so much other stuff that I couldn't. Cup noodle with ramen, like cup noodle and bread with cheese, really good. Cup noodle with cheese, still really good. That's the beauty of bread. Everything tastes good with bread. Bread is the most amazing, wonderful wonder food we ever created, that like God ever gave us. You can never go wrong with it. My dumbass does not have water. I should rush to get that. I had to go get. Yeah, no, seriously. I did see that people were they're happy to see that with Final Fantasy XIV. So something I did forget to mention, and I didn't check it till after, was you cannot play Final Fantasy XIV on PC if you only have game time through the Switch, because you have the free game time that doesn't count. So it'll mark your account as is inactive on sub till that time frame runs dry. So you absolutely cannot play on PC. The reason why I'm using a mouse and keyboard is because I'm just not comfortable using the comfortable or familiar using the controller functionality. This is actually not a bad flavor. Cup noodle. They had a second flavor. It was like sriracha. It was chicken. Haven't tried it yet. Also, my Steam not really my Steam controller, but I got a Steam controller. My friend bought it. And then he got the email for himself to get a Steam controller. So I don't know if he'll let me keep this one or what. He hasn't told me yet. But when he does, I don't know. You know, I'm actually kind of happy I got this raid. Also, with the way I have the settings set, you can tell who's a DPS, who's a healer, and who's a tank, because it's all color coordinated. So if someone says you can't tell, so there's a setting in the game, I will say that, to make it to where you can see everyone's icon next to their name and what color they are. Okay. If you wish to see that so you can know, I'm pushing the wrong button. Oh god, I got hit with slow. Thank you for cleansing me. Thank you for releasing me. Never played Reaper. I have like zero idea how the fucking combos work in this class. Also, my Reaper's like low level, so is this really? I do hate how like the free game time prevents you from actually playing with the characters that you have level, like not really have level with. It prevents you from like playing on the platform that you naturally play on. They didn't do that with the Xbox, or not that I know. They probably did. I can't really say. Oh, I can't move. Ugh. I am useless. But I can see we're testing. Now, I did bring the adapters for the Joy-Con to actually use the Joy-Con as a mouse, like the grip. Oh, this is so weird. Cause like, I wanted to try Reaper. Okay, so hold on. In settings, under character configuration, I'm gonna try to do this while I'm playing. Under character creation, you go to display name settings, go to general, and then right there say display class or job icons by nameplate, and then right here party members, apply colors according to roles. And then right next to that, it says how big you want the name sizes to be. You select all that, and yeah, you can get people's names small with their icon so you can know exactly what class they're playing at any given point in time. And if they're a healer, a tank, or a DPS, it helps when you're doing high-end content and you can't tell who's griefing you from your party. See, I've known about it for quite a few years, about the system. I just, for some strange reason, never turn it back on after it turns off. Why are my buttons all wrong? The white mage died. I'm going to have to fix these piss awful keybinds. Like, what the actual hell? These are horrible. And this is default. This is default keybinding setups that the game put for me. I'm gonna pass on both of these. Okay. But like, yeah, there was all this settings actually, like these settings have always been in the game. I'm just going to be honest about it. They've always been in the game. Just not a lot of people knew they were there to begin with. So like, when you actually see it for the first time, you're like, wait, you can change the color and you can put their job icons next to them? Yes. Why people don't do it, I couldn't tell you. I honest to God cannot tell you why people don't do it. It really helps, especially in raid parties or like high-end content like gameplay. You're doing MSQ and you'll get good endgame gear. You'll get good endgame gear when you craft it, because the best endgame gear comes from crafting. Oh, sweet Lord have mercy. So, if you want in-game gear, you have to do all the MSQ, the main story quest. Then you have to do dungeons and raids, and what the fuck? Why am I over here? What? There's no tank over here. So, like, if you're trying to get to end game stuff, raids and crafting are going to be your best friend for end game, because dungeons will not give you true end game loot. That comes from doing raids and crafting. Dungeons and raids, I got you. No, it's raids and crafting. So if you want the really best stuff, you have to do savage raids. Now, if you want to be a show-off, you do ultimates. Minstrel ballads and ultimates. Crafting also can get you really high-end. You don't know how to craft. Crafting is basically pick up crafting profession. You want to like start like blacksmithing, mining, botany, like, and then you basically gather resources and then craft. Now, Final Fantasy XIV crafting relegates to how well you craft will determine what the quality of the item is. So if you want to do like really good high level craft, you have to get like, I'd say almost pristine quality goods. Crafting's not that hard, but it's not really going to be easy for me to explain it while in this dungeon. God, I'm so not used to walking up to enemies and trying to kill them. This boss really doesn't pose much of a threat anymore. It's kind of like a fart bag you just beat up. I'll have to show, like, I'll have to explain crafting a little bit better, but like when I get out of this. Yeah, he died. Okay, load. Now the loading times when the game launched was pretty bad, but as we can see, it has gotten vastly better. The actual mouse support should be a little bit more refined, because clicking in a mouse seems a little bit slow. Also, please, when you're in an alliance raid or a raid or anything and you do not want old equipment, immediately vote pass on it, because if you don't and you're the last person to vote, it will immediately chunk it into your inventory. And unless you want that stuff in your inventory, I recommend passing on it immediately when it shows up. Let's keep these two guys away. Yeah, people keep bringing them near each other. So you can nearly wipe the whole party in this area. You do have the crafting job where you make the clothes. Okay, so once you max out the crafting profession, you unlock special like outfits and stuff that can be crafted. That's known as crafted gear. Kind of think of it kind of like gear from like World of Warcraft. You get like your Mythic Plus gear, but you want to get it turned into like better gear. Well, you have to like convert it, craft it, and then have someone like thing it and all that. I just pushed the wrong button. Hold on. Now, ultimates is like savage raids. Those can be a bit of a rough spot, because if you don't have really a tight-knit group to do those raids, you're not really going to complete that content to get that gear. I've never done it in my entire life playing Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I get down to the point where it's like, I play, but I don't do like savage raids. I don't do like ultimates. Not that I'm bad at it, I just do not like want to like dedicate that much time into playing 14 just to burn myself out. We're basically almost done with this. God, I hate this place. Well, we lost the white mage. And I'm not playing the summoner, so I cannot revive people. One of the things. Okay, so what crafting professions do you have, like, leveled up? Like, do tell. 2 times already? Okay, that's not a good sign to be zerging the... Why? Why would you put the boss... Why would you put the stuff... Just clothing? Okay, I need to turn that off. I'm tired of looking at cutscenes I've seen before. Oh, that sucked. That didn't even give me a... Usually it doesn't give me a level. Oh, this is funny. So you can get the Warrior of Light's outfit from this dungeon. From this alliance, right? You can get his full outfit. Is actually right there. You can get this outfit, which actually is not that bad, especially if you dye it a different color. I think this is like for what? Bard, Machinist, Dancer. I honestly thought we were done. I thought I was done. Holy hell no, I'm not. I need to fix the key bindings on this. Now, what's the class that you're playing? Because depending on the class that you're playing will depict what crafting profession you really want to focus on. Leveling to build gear for that character. Because if you want jewelry, you'll have to do goldsmithing. That's just a fact. I was already dead. Oh wait. Brother in Christ, I was trying to die. When you try to die and you can't. 10 out of 10. Final Fantasy players. You'll make sure when you're trying to showcase something, you're happy but cannot. Because if me being dead would have actually rectified like what I was trying to explain. The white mage died. Cool. I should have died again. God damn it. They revived me faster than they revived that white mage. That's odd. Now I have to say, this is really an experience trying to play Final Fantasy XIV on a Switch 2, because like anyone who I let try the game, they were very worried about like the load times and all that. Okay, I'm officially done with this. Okay, accommodations. I'm getting the hell out of here. I do not want this loot. Get the hell out. I don't want to grab loot. Okay. So, let's go to sleep. Now I haven't really leveled crafting professions, so if you're doing weaving and okay, so you're gonna have to do weaving and leatherworking, then goldsmithing for the accessories. Those are the ones that you need to level because when you go to the craft, oh my god, it's actually loading all the people. Well, today is Saturday, so if I go here and I change this to level 100 and I hit search, these are level 100 gear, like that you can get or you can craft. Now the next to the total, you'll say 0 and then it'll show an icon and then it'll say 0. That icon that's next to it shows quality. So if you make a, I don't think anyone has any up here. No. Now you can sell dungeon loot if you want, but keep in mind, these clothes, these outfits and stuff that people collect, when they craft it, oh, this one has it. This is crafted goods. It has that little icon there. This is a crafted piece of clothes. And on top of it, how you can also tell, it says advanced melding forbidden. So you can't do any type of melding. This piece of gear, like, can either drop in a dungeon or you can craft it. But when you have that icon that shows that it is higher quality, it shows that it also has better stats per se. So the higher quality, the better the stats. The lower the quality, the more mid-range the stats are. So this one's that way. Let's see. I think this one might have some. Yeah. There's no duality on this one. Dang it. Come on, guys. Oh, here it is. So right here, the defense is 928 with a plus 544. So we go down to this one. You see that stat increase? One is standard, one is crafted. Two different versions, but the one that's crafted with high quality materials and you do high quality craft for it will have bonus affinity, like a bonus increase to your magic defense, your defense, and some of the bonus stats on it as a whole. This applies to weapons because you can craft weapons. This applies to accessories. It applies to clothes. So if you want to do crafting to get some good gear for doing endgame content, you want to craft it. The final set of endgame gear comes from raids. Why? I don't know. Do I find it mildly annoying that that's a thing? Yes, because it puts the players who don't want to do raids in a situation of you have to do raids, otherwise you won't get good content, like good stuff. Let's put this one down. That should be easier to push, I think. But like Tendo too, what would you say would be your favorite, like, well, what is your class? What is the class that you play? God, why does this look so weird? But it's like, I would like to know, what is the class that you play? Because if you're doing crafting or clothes, like, you said you're doing clothing, so that makes me want to know, like, what exactly is it that you're trying to, like, outfit wise, achieve. You play Black Mage. Okay. Okay, so well, that makes it a lot simpler to think of. You want dark look? Oh, there's only 2 of them dancing. Okay, so you want the dark, edgy look evil. I mean, if you're playing a Viera, that is a Viera looking face. So if you want to look like evil, then you're gonna have to mix the color palettes and like the armor sets from multiple different raids. Like for instance, this person, they have this edgy looking outfit, and I mean it actually does look pretty edgy. This person right here is a Reaper, a fantastic outfit for this person. They have a fantastic Reaper outfit. But if you want to go edgy as a Dark Mage, it's going to be a little bit hard because you get like, instead of like normal clothes, you're going to get a lot of robes, which really does suck because they look kind of ugly sometimes. So you'll probably end up using a lot of armor sets from different other classes. Let's see. I'm wearing the base Reaper gear set, so I can't check. I think Reaper shared with someone else. Reaper, Lancer, Dragoon. Okay. Let's do... Is it Black Mage, Black Mage, Black Mage? The Rama Church. Click. Okay, so let's see. Level 70 gear. Let's look at level 100. I want to look at 100. What a Q time hits. There's like 0 items found. I just want to look at it. Also, sometimes with crafted gear, you have hella materia slots. This one has a whopping 5. So, why is this window? So this is what it looked like when you get to level 100. Like, it just depends. Like, if you want to look edgy, yes, you could look edgy as a Reaper, as a Black Mage. I've seen people do it. Just don't try to use the high-end gear in the game for that, because you're going to look completely off kilter. And not in a fun way. You just look really weird. Like, imagine you being a Black Mage and you roll up with an outfit with pink rose, like bluish pink roses on it. It'll look weird. Oh, it's Doom Train. Character configuration, hotkey bar, use interface settings. Night duty list, running instance. Can't use glamour to change the appearance. No, you can glamour it. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, if you're going to go for the aesthetic based off of, if you're going to go off of the aesthetic of making the gear and then go from there, it's going to look weird because it's like, you're gonna have this conundrum of your character's gonna look really funny, but what the? God, I miss being a summoner. I hate this. God damn it. I want to focus on chat, and it's like, hey, you want to do this fight? Okay, so now they're crafting clothes. If you want to craft a good glamour set for yourself for Black Mage, I can't state that Black Mage actually does have a good glamour set, but it's just cosmetic. Me personally, I just didn't want to invest time into doing crafting in this game. That's one reason why I haven't touched it yet. That's a time sink. Like, that's a time sink you have to be committed to. Shit, thank God I moved out of the way of that just in the nick of time. Hey look, I'm playing Black Reaper wrong. My brother in Christ. Like someone suplexed. Oh my god. Instead of everyone moving out of the way of the stupid thing, they stood right where I thought they were going to stand too. Oh Lord have mercy. How is it that I find playing melee classes in WoW so much easier? I still find it funny that the running gag joke for this boss was like, in the Final Fantasy game that he first showed up, is like you could suplex the train for massive damage and one-shot him. Enemy's not supposed. Okay, this enemy that's sitting right here is not supposed to be here. Okay, so this mechanic is you get captured. Now I do still have to say, okay, that button was just not working. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask, what data center are you on? Because depending on the data center is what you'll find in like high demand in terms of resources. And no, the game's not running slow or anything, I'm just playing slow. Like, I'm just casually doing this. Normal alliance, like normal raids, especially this one, this raid never really had problems. Like, normal raids did not have problems with 14 when it's the launch on the Switch. It was only the other versions. I was kind of hoping to see if I can stand it. You have to grab a ghost at that part. Grab a big Guise. Oh my lord. Okay, so that one's not working. What else is supposed to be? Oh. So if you don't get grabbed, okay, first off, if you're in that part, if you do not get grabbed by the train, you will instantly fucking die. I'm just gonna be 100% honest about that, dude. Okay, that was weird. I just saw ghosts. I just saw missed opportunities of attacks where it was just visual flare and nothing else. Okay, so some classes still have a weird. It's not a bug to the Switch version. It's just a bug in general. It's on the PC version of 14. I don't want nothing from here. Also. To leave, holy crap. That was Sigmascape 1. So I think it was like Stormblood or something. Yes, Stormblood. Stormblood has the Sigmascape, raid, the Deltascape, Sigmascape, so you fight Omega. That was what that was. You could do like the ultimate where you actually fight Omega and you could get yourself absolutely clapped the next Tuesday if you wish. Pop-up side, text, flying text. Numbers of duties listed. Let's put that down to 4. Okay. Display current world name. Different times. High quest when completed. I could do that. Display only detrimental effects you inflict on targets. No. Display affiliated teams on left side of progress gauge. Could do that now. Always expand your bags, yes. Where is the thing I'm actually looking for? I am looking for... This is controls. Auto flight takeoff. So I'm showcasing all the stuff that you would usually have on or turn off, vice versa. It's like, it just depends on how you want. Enable clicking on self, disable right clicking on players. Yeah, well, target filters. So there's a lot of customization in 14. A little bit too much sometimes, but I digress. What the hell is this stupid skip cutscenes? There's a setting that I really want to turn off, and it is by far the one thing I want to turn off, and I am having a hard time trying to find it. Cutscene audio. No. Well, that's technically what I want, but I want to skip the cutscenes because I've seen them and I don't want to see them over and over and over again. I'm trying to remember what the hell that was. Okay, so you can turn this on if you are colorblind or experiencing some form of colorblindness. You can turn this on. It will help in all honesty. I know it was somewhere. Configuration sharing, keybinds. No, it had to be character. Legacy camera controls. I think I only used legacy camera controls once. Quest progression, hide nearby players when close to NPC. Okay, turn this on if people are stacking NPCs and stopping you from completing it. Turn these two on only if you need that. If you don't need it, don't turn it on. Ah. Skip all these, turn these off. If you've done content before in 14, tell it to skip your cutscenes. It will speed up your game time of going from point A to point B. That I will guarantee. That did not give me a level up. Also, MSQ. Do that if you really want to suffer. You get to do it once in the story. It's like the full version of it. I think you can still skip the cutscenes in that or something. No, I think it's the full version if you do the main story, if you're just starting the game. But if you're a veteran player or an existing player, Yeah, no. Hell no. Do that only if you're leveling something. Don't ever do that if you're not leveling up a class. No matter how much they say they fixed it, it still slows balls. And it'll never be fun. It'll still be annoying as hell. Now, I know people have other questions that they would like to know. So, what is y'all other questions that y'all wish to know and ask? Please, do ask. Also, if you're gonna go for all the edgy classes currently in Final Fantasy XIV will be Gunbreaker, Dark Knight, Black Mage, Reaper, and Ninja. They're pretty much really the actual edgy classes of Final Fantasy XIV. Viper, not really, because you could make it edgy, you could not make it edgy, so it's like a mixed bag. But mostly anyone who plays does the the ones I named as actual edgy classes. Or you can make yourself look like an absolute clown in public, in game, and go about it like that. If you're wondering why I'm in Limbs of Lenosa, it's because it still hurts your frame rate just being here, and it helps with figuring out, like, if I stay here, will I load faster when I go into a dungeon or an instance, or will I load slower? That's a nice outfit combination. Oh, those are nice wings. So if you want, like, random miscellaneous style outfits, like those shorts he's wearing, the top, like the jacket, the pants, those shoes, those all have to be crafted as a crafter. For her outfit, same thing, that has to be crafted. How much they'll sell for on the how much they'll sell for in general, I honestly don't know, because I never sold stuff of that caliber. I have to adjust the camera. Now, I still don't know why the camera is still being the way it is. I am not doing this. So this can give you a little bit of XP and whatnot. And you can switch it from... You can switch it to what you want. If you do all the beginner stuff for this, which players do recommend that you do, you'll get a whole full set of armor. It's only really advised if you're a new player because it's for Hall of Novice. So if you're new, it's recommended that you try, like, not really try, you actually do it. If you're a veteran, then don't worry about it. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, you can actually pull this up from in-game? Ah, well, that's interesting. You can pull this up from in-game, but you will get stuck with a QR code. Cool. Thank you, that's useless. Thank you, Nintendo, for reminding everyone why you don't want us to have a doggone browser on their Switch. Now, if you buy a Switch 2, don't expect to have a browser, because people like to be fruity for Fruit Loops sometimes and search up some pretty questionable stuff. You do not belong to any fellowships. Double spaces are now. A space cannot be used before or after the name. Oh, well. So if I say void vault breakers, that's okay. Yeah, that actually does work. You can create as many of those as you want. Oh, nice. So you can make fellowships. Cool. I did not know about this. Well, I can actually honestly say I don't know about it because I never messed with it. What is the main opportunity? Group poses, triple triad, collecting, glamour, fishing, hunting. Casual. Subcategory. Let's see. Making friends. Role playing. Lovely. There we go. We have 3 basic establishments. So like you can make a lot of stuff now in the chat, in the game chat. Oh, I forgot to rearrange my stuff again. E. Also, if you're playing on PC or you're using mouse and keyboard on the Switch too, lock your hotkey bar. I got those mixed up. So let's try moving those around. Why am I number 1? Now, Good King Mog is the biggest meme in the game. If you know the memes, then you know how this works. But essentially, you can kill him. This trial is the fastest actual trial in the game that can be cleared. My brother in Christ, why? Please, do not, when you're in here, when you do the hard mode of this, please, for the love of all that is goddamn holy in this world, do not stand near people. Do not grief people. This place may be fun, it may be joyful, but wiping multiple times here is not fun. It is annoying, it is tedious, especially with the song being the way it is. It's made to antagonize you in multiple ways. Think of it like a torture chamber, except for you're hearing this song on instant repeat for the rest of your life. Pigments would be a good bit. Oh god, thank god it moves out of the way. I pushed the wrong button though. But like, when people play Final Fantasy XIV, or you know, I get that a lot of people want to get into Final Fantasy XIV. Just remember, like I said before, if you are playing on the Switch too, you're going to have that free time period. And because you have that free time period on your account, you cannot play on other platforms because of that. Otherwise, you'll have to buy game time. for that, and I think they only did that because it marks your account as inactive till. I saw it on my account. It's weird. I don't know why they did that. Did like that. What the heck? I don't really care. Okay, so before it comes back before, so I might have to move this to. Always position your buttons in a way where like you can actually push them. So like my rotation would be like I need to push 1, 2, 4, like 1, 2, 4, 3. But if I organize it correctly, I can put it to 1, 2, 3, 4. It just depends. Now I know one person put this as a question because they came from WoW to 14. Can you mitigate moves from bosses? No, you cannot mitigate moves from bosses, but you can. I think I got that person. But you can technicality, with all technicality, you can just. Well, they don't really want you to negate moves from bosses. They want you to do the mechanic regardless. So you essentially have to learn how to do the mechanics. You can't really go like, I don't want to do this mechanic. You have to go, no, you need to complete this mechanic one way or the other, so you're going to have to actually learn it and commit to learning it. That was not even a single level up in that. Are you using the Joy-Con as a mouse? Not at the moment. I am currently just using just the normal mouse. Like an actual normal mouse. So if you have these tombstones, you can use it to get this stuff if you want. Like, it's not really recommended if you want to get like these items, like at all. Because you have like a worse time with it. But you can use it to exchange for stuff like you know, gears, stuff for cosmetic purposes. Now, like I said before, yes, you can use the mouse as a Joy-Con. The reason why I'm not using it right now is because I left the thing inside the other room. Actually, hold on, I need to go grab that. The queue time for this is gonna be a while. Oh yeah, it's the red one. I need the red one. They give you for like both sides, but they want you to use the red one. Oh, I forgot. Why would you design this like this? Kind of stupid. Okay, the grip is poorly designed. Because you could just yank it out. The hell's the point of the button? That's so weird. So, it doesn't really feel like a mouse. Somebody at Nintendo thought this would feel like a mouse, but I don't know. I do have a normal mouse plugged in, so if anything goes wrong, I can still switch back to it or move it off to the side. Okay, now we're using the actual Joy-Con as a mouse. The problem is you can't really... Okay, those two must... The feeling of it in your hand does not feel like a mouse. Like, even though it has this whole thing. Alright, thanks ahead for your patience. Literally first time taking. Oh, good. F1. Playing on. Now, in low-level content, you're not going to have actually access to any of your skills. So if you push 2 buttons the entire time, don't worry about it. You're playing Reaper and you only have nothing, barely anything. You just roll with it. Oh god, this feels so bad. PC trial account. Switch to main account. No play White Mage, Shadow. And Shadowbringers currently. So we have a astrolabe. In fact, if you see people typing faster than you on console, don't feel bad. Especially if they say they're on PC. You already know the advantages of it. If you're a PC player, you're just bred to type faster than them. I am a summoner made in first. Again, I'm not really all. Since this is a casual dungeon, and I horrifically mean it's a casual dungeon, because this is like a level 20 dungeon. This is, I think, what, the first one that you get to go to? So, stressing of how hard it is to complete would be like the stupidest thing. I've literally completed this entire dungeon with the premise of one of my old friends. Well, someone I was friends with. Don't really talk to them, but we're still friends. Where one of us stood at the beginning of the entire dungeon and didn't move. And we 3-manned it. And then I did it with my twin brother, and we 2-manned the entire dungeon in a full party just because we were that bored. This place is really not hard. Because the way the game is supposed to try to balance damage, it doesn't really balance it correctly, and I always found it as a horrific bug of the game. The developers, I guess, overlooked and never patched. Okay, I cannot attack a woman. Oh, that's so weird. You can't attack while walking. Now, when people main one class and they switch to another, it is jarring, it is confusing, it is hard for people to adjust, especially when it comes to tanking in 14, because tanking is a very specific thing. Did they change it? You're supposed to fight an enemy before you get to that. Oh well, I guess they changed that about this dungeon. I do miss the original old versions of the dungeons. They were long, yes, but they had sustenance, to put it lightly. Also, if you're a tank and you see your DPS steal aggro from you to take your tank buster, don't complain. They're probably doing it for a bit. Because if I was playing my summoner, I would actually steal your aggro on purpose. And it's funny because it's just to fuck with you. I used to do it all the time. Like, I'd steal aggro and then be like, haha, that tank. You are not doing your job correctly. But I'd lightheartedly do it just for the fun of it. It's funny. I want to press 3, but I know damn well I don't have a 3 right now. I don't know why Final Fantasy has mage moves. It just feels so much worse. Okay, that's actually okay. That will give you carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, not doing that. Definitely not doing that. Come on, get in here. Oh yeah, so that apparently it's actually illegal in some areas in Hawaii to laugh too loudly. Everyone has to keep down to... Wow. That's a weird fun fact to find out about. And the tank went right over to somewhere without people. Please, if you're learning how to tank, I advise you, do not separate from your party. You are not a astrologian. You are not an arcanist. An arcanist can walk away from the tank, okay? I will point this out once. You are if you're an arcanist, and if you're playing low-level dungeons and you see an arcanist who just started the game, walk away from you. Always remember, they have a heal. They have a heal. Okay? They can heal themselves. I like to break up the dungeon. It's fun to break up the dungeon, but just be wise about it. Like, because it's easy to get yourself killed really fast. Now, most people rush through all the dungeons. Don't do that. God, I'm still tired. I went to bed super late today. Also, this getup's just funny looking just because I want it to be funny looking. I haven't actually designed the outfit for my Reaper because I haven't really played it. Now, if you ever see a rise of people playing female characters in 14, even if they're guys, please just keep in mind, Final Fantasy XIV is the pretty person's game, okay? Do you know why skeletons are in games are actually usually weak to bludgeoning and immune to mental effects? I mean, skeletons are going to be immune to specific physical attributes and occasionally specific blunt attributes due to the density of bones. So depending on the density... What the fuck am I talking like actually? Why am I going into elaborate detail about that? It's fucking weird. I just caught myself about to do that too. Now, conversations in dungeons do not really exist because, again, as a lot of true content creators have put it, the art of communication has been lost in gaming because we use Discord. Because we rely so heavily on Discord, we don't communicate as much. Okay, for this part, you do just want to walk in, pull this ad. It'll automatically pull a second ad because the way they designed the fights in this part of the dungeon, it will pull specific ads as long as they're within range of each other. You don't really need to pull them. You can technically pull the two that got pulled, and then walk around the corner and actually ignore the ads that are right here in this area, that pop up right here, and just completely ignore them. I've done it before. The only way you'll get noticed is if you like do that stupid jumping thing that I've seen like WoW players do, who want to troll people just because they think it's funny, and it's not. So you cut corner, you grab this ad, you keep the ads in the corner, because he's going to run to the corner. The DPS takes out the small guys, not the big guy. You don't really pull for the treasure coffers. I want the treasure coffers stuff. I don't know why we did all that extra fighting. That was kind of pointless just now. Oh no. Okay, so I say that, but I'm just joking about that. It's not pointless. It is. If you don't kill all the ads in the level, you're not getting that good dank armor or XP. So every ad you kill gives good XP regardless, so you're never not having a time of getting XP. Oh yeah, if you're playing with mouse and keyboard, if you press X, you can actually if you press X and hold, you can hide and just hide people's names. So, yeah, no. Again, like I said, turning off people's names do not guarantee you better performance. That only works on PC. And the reason why it only works on PC is because your monitors, your computer, your monitors, your graphics card, and all that, they appreciate it more on PC. Your Switch 2's not going to care. It actually will not care. It refuses to care. God, having two abilities sucks. The last time I streamed, I was like super tired. I'm like, what? Am I super tired right now? Like, good lord. Okay, so second wind. Don't really need second wind. I don't have the blood steal ability, the blood siphoning ability. Okay, so I have the leap. Now, you can customize the keyboard controls to your liking on all platforms. That is still your choice of preference if you wish it to be. Oh, cool. I thought I was about to get hit with the one shot that he likes to do from time to time. I'll give that to the tank. Yep. Hey, leave. And you've received accommodation. Also, there is a way to get a mount, but it requires you to do accommodations. Get accommodations. I think it's like 100 accommodations and you get like a mount or something. So, yes, when you leave a dungeon, always give somebody accommodation. I don't care what they were doing. After the end of any dungeon, alliance raid, trial, whatever. Any type of instant content that you complete, give them a accommodation. Okay. So, also, just for everyone to know, yes, they did patch the loading problem, which was oddly weird because on the day the game launched, I found out something oddly suspicious about the Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy XIV. The Switch 2 in handheld mode was cold. It was cold to the touch when I did that trial with Guardian Arcvale. Even though all that stuff was going on screen, it was cold. The Switch 2 was cold. But when the Switch 2 was in the dock, it was hot. I'm not sure if they fixed whatever was causing that, because that can be a huge problem, because it's not distributing heat correctly or in the correct fashion or format. I'm not sure if that will get fixed. I hope God they fix it, because that was really, really weird when it happened. That I can say for certain. Also, seeing everyone's icon next to their name really does help, because when you play 14, you can't easily tell, okay? You cannot easily tell who's what class. Even if you know the colors, like even if you haven't set the colors like I have, you will never know if you're looking at a player who's a summoner, who's a reaper, who's a viper, at all. It's a gamble. So yeah, you want to turn the icons on so you can see who's what, because not being able to tell, and again, World of Warcraft did this better, Guild Wars 2 did it better, where, you know, it shows people's names based off of the classes that they're playing, so everybody has a color. Even though every class at 14 does have a color, the standard role color icons are all the same. And I do wish that they would change range DPS to a different color from melee DPS, so that they're separated, so people can see the differences separately. Now, does anyone have any questions about FCs that they would like to know, especially if you're a new player? Yes or no? Because that is also an important thing if you want to do high-end content. Is joining an FC. Most people who do high-end content are a part of essentially a guild. Okay. Guild Wars 2 has the best version of a guild system to date, because they let you be in up to 6 guilds at one time. Final Fantasy XIV only lets you be in one free company, which is technically one guild. World of Warcraft, you can only be in one guild, but I honestly have to say I kind of wish 14 allowed you to be in at least minimum 2 guilds at a time, so you could toggle between the two whenever you feel. It would honestly help, because actually no, people should ask that for FanFest, for Tokyo Fan Fest, for them to implement a system in the game where you can technically be in 2 guilds. Like in Guild Wars 2, and you could toggle between them as you please. That way, if you're in like a dead guild but you don't want to leave because you're friends with like the FC leader, or those people only come on for like a set amount of time and then, you know, piss off the game to go do other stuff, then you'll be able to go like, you know, still be in that FC and then just jump to a different FC whenever you need to. The harvest begins. Oh, does that make... That probably wants me to do that dungeon. Oh, MSQ, why do you forsake me so? Now, I didn't do MSQ. I didn't do MSQ on day one when this game launched, because I already saw how bad the loading was, and that this place is the worst, especially because it has a lot of cutscenes. So if someone loads slow and they have to sit there through an entire bloody fucking cutscene, it will hinder everybody. So that's why I didn't do it. It would almost take like 30 minutes to complete and turn into like almost an actual hour, because you'd have so many people loading it so poorly into this one stupid instance that gives you really good XP still for nothing. It really wasn't going to be worth it in the end, so that's why I didn't do that. It was a almost uber level bad idea. So seeing this many people, you know, on, and noticing that the draw distance is off kilter. Okay, so they shrank the draw distance, but you could still see so far that... Okay, that's a very pop-in draw distance ordeal. Okay, the draw distance is interesting. Now, for people who want to buy the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest items, you have till the 11th of this month, so basically Tuesday, to buy that stuff next week. Because once Tuesday hits, all of that stuff is gone. And Fan Fest items do not come back around until maybe the next Fan Fest, or whenever Square Enix deems that they need to show up. So if you don't get it now, you won't be able to get it for a while. Event stuff, which we're coming up to, I think, the Yokai Watch event, and the, I think it was like the Moonlight Flare, whatever it was. We're coming around to those two events. Do the Yokai Watch event if you want some cool stuff. I did it in the past. I have one of the mounts. I have, I think it was like 2 weapons from that event, and a bunch of minions. They added more minions to it every time they do it. They add a bunch of other random miscellaneous stuff, so it's a mixed bag for like what you want. And for new players, please do not become chronically addicted to the Fantasias and keep changing your character. Okay, I know it's nice to make your character pretty. Okay, I get that. Do not waste money buying multiple Fantasias every time you feel the need to change your damn character. There is an NPC or like mini quest line where you can actually get a Fantasia for free in game. You don't have to pay for it, it's just a side quest. There's supposed to be like a second side quest where you can get another one for free. And it's basically to incentivize you to customize your character by changing the race. But that only works if you're not chronically addicted to doing it, because Fantasia potions cost money, they cost cash. Do not pay for something that you don't really need. Okay, just gonna point that out there. If you don't need it, don't pay for it. It's the wisest thing you'll ever hear someone tell you. I need to figure out hockey bar. I'm like the numbers. I don't want to see the numbers. God damn it, there was a way to like hide the numbers off of that. Oh, for the love of all that is holy, please finish. I want to actually showcase this place on the Switch too. Like, legitimately, I kind of do. Oh, no, I wasn't sure if I was going to treat this as like a short stream or something. Because I am like super fucking tired. I haven't really slept much. Well, even if I do treat it as a short stream, I did want to use the Steam controller on my computer. Let me see. So, let me show you guys what I'm talking about for the items that are going to be going away very quick for you guys to see. Okay, so these are all the items right here that are going to go away. These are all Fan Fest items. So if you want this orchestration roll set, just this comes with a lot of music, or this one, which is Pulse, or the Wind Up Yuffie, or any of these cheer emotes. Preferably just buy this when you get all three of them. And it's cute. Just got hit. You can, but if you want the t-shirt, which the t-shirt is great great glam potential, okay, then you'll have to pay for it. By the way, this is what I meant. You cannot skip these cutscenes. As much as I want to skip it, I can't. Oh wait, Bard? Holy shit, I didn't expect to see a Bard. Those guys are like a myth on this data set. And this like... Oh yeah, no, there's still a myth on on the data center I play on. I rarely see a Bard player ever in my life. Not to say that they don't exist, it's just I rarely see them. I quicker see like everything else but a Bard. Oh, I forgot this place sucks. You get to hear the droning beeping sounds on repeat. No, that's not the one that moves me forward. Cool. Okay. If you're playing a melee class, always press the button, toggle to the next person with the highest HP, okay, and attack them. If you see someone with low HP, do not attack them, switch to the highest HP, because essentially you're not going to get to attack much if everyone else is attacking them. What if they just nerfed? Oh yeah, I forgot. Eat food. So, eating food grants you a 3% XP buff at all times. gonna have to put the Joy-Con back on the Switch too. I wanted to switch to PC so I can configure my settings and stuff, but look, I ain't got the capital to sit there and already like to do that. I already committed to buying this on the Switch too, but I wasted way too much money doing that. And I'm not going to tell people, okay, the typical support the channel thing is not going to be like a Prime staple because my channel's not monetized. If you're on YouTube, my channel is not monetized, so if you try to do any type of support like that, I'm just going to be straight up about this. You can't unless I put like a Ko-fi link or some other donation service. I don't know. I can't use PayPal because I haven't set it up. I'm gonna answer more questions, but I haven't gotten more questions yet. Also, if you do join the oh yeah, no, I just removed them. If you do join the FC, do not leave your chocobo at the FC house. You can have it stuck in a weird limbo. Mine's is currently in that said limbo because I refuse to go get it back. And my chocobo has been in limbo for, I think, Heaven's Stormblood? I think it's been that long since I've seen my chocobo. I haven't seen him forever. He never came home. He went to go get milk and he never returned. And he was now, even when I was at Fan Fest, someone told me how to get it back, and I'm like, it defeats the purpose of the joke. Like, the meme is, to me, my chocobo went to go get milk and he never returned. So I'm stuck using other mounts because my pet never came back. Like, I have to say, using the mouse as Joy-Con is carpal tunnel syndrome. Technically, I can recommend that. Yeah, it's feasible to play with, just not fun. God, I would love to play Warrior, but I have to level it. I kind of don't want to do that. Also, one of my biggest problems when I played 14 was, so I get fatigued out on 14 quite a bit because of the fact that I've seen the content that I end up running multiple times or so much that I get tired. It's not fatigue of the game, I guaranteeingly admit that. I don't really get fatigue of games because I play Guild Wars 2, I play Mob Energy, I played a bunch of other MMOs for hours on end. I get fatigued from looking at the same thing. And the reason why I suffer from that is due to homeschool. Imagine your homeschool says you have to watch videos, and you have to watch the same lesson on a DVD or VHS tape over and over and over again, like 100 times or something, because your parents want you to do that, just to learn something. And then you start passing out because you've watched it well over probably 500 times already. That was a bad pull. Tank, what are you doing? You're meant to stand in that. You're not supposed to walk out. Okay, please do not do that. If you're a tank, you're actually meant to stand in AoEs. As much as people don't fully understand. Because unless you have a beginner healer, then step out of the AoEs. But if you have an experienced healer, stand in the AoEs because you are the tank. If you stand by everyone else, you will get everyone else a kill. I would blatantly say that as the honest truth because I accidentally did it to players before when I first learned how to tank in this game. Next, always leave the boss in a corner. Always drag them into a corner. Do not let them stand in the middle of the doggone arena. I would like the tank, but I really want to risk that. I don't want to risk tanking right now. Also, if you're wondering why you don't see my weapon on my back, it's because in the settings you can actually hide your weapon. So you can tell it to hide your weapon if you don't want to see it. Now, unless you have a weapon to flex, aka what I like to call the glowing weapons, which are great flex weapons, then do that. I wish I could do ultimates, but ultimates require way too much time, and I am not a guy that likes to consistently do the same content. Well, no, I like the grind content. I play Guild Wars 2, I play fucking Mob and Energy Hell. All that's holy. Come on, it's Sid. Sid reigns. Okay, yeah, no, thank God they patched the game, because doing this area would have sucked with that god-awful loading time. Wait, did I just see the tank use overpower just now? What the hell? Oh yeah, be careful when you transition between your enemies. You have it to where you can select your party members because you can see what the hell they're doing. Or what the hell they're pushing as buttons. Hit me. Okay, so I barely take that much damage. Now, I will say this. If you're playing 14 casually, okay? Unless you are going to play high-end content, do not, and I mean this, do not worry about your rotations. Just take them with a grain of salt. Your rotations, you know, you cannot skip this. Oh, sweet heaven. So what I mean by that is, like, if I'm playing, like, while I'm playing Reaper, I'm not doing optimal rotations. Okay, I'm not. You don't need to worry about it if you're starting the game. Do not worry about optimal rotations when you start the game. Just play the game, play the class, just push the buttons that you think will do damage. Okay? We might get her as the next range DPS, because her weapon is unique also. It's blades and revolvers. Like arm blades and revolvers. So she might be, and this is what people are speculating, she might be the other class. If she is, well, that would be cool. Yes, the Yokai Watch axe. Nice. Now, I do have to say, this isn't that bad. It's just this MSQ thing is still complete dog water, no matter which way you spin this. And if you're a multi-plat player, or if you're playing from Xbox or PlayStation or PC, and you come across a Switch player that's a Switch 2 player that's probably having their Switch have an aneurysm or something, please forgive them. Didn't they do this for all just games for first time? No. So someone didn't pull the bus while you were watching? No. The fallacy behind the truth of that matter is they didn't do that because of that, because honestly no one really cared. People do it anyway. And there's a ring that pops up around players anyway. They made all these cutscenes unskippable because people found stupid ways to clear the clear fast. So they tried to extend, yes, artificially extend the dungeon. I'm gonna accept that death just so I can type that. Like, I remember the incident all too damn well because it was really stupid. You would run through this, you would zerg the entire dungeon. If your team was good, and it didn't matter if you were a new player or not, because players taught the new players how to do the zerg in a one rotation go. So they would pull everybody in this map, rush them to the boss, kill them, and it was stupid. So the dev said, yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. Like, you guys don't get that luxury anymore. Oh, sweet Lord have mercy. By the way, guys, that's why Galvanize is busted. You time it at the last second, nobody takes damage. Ever. People made the misconception about what the developers did as, oh, they did it to protect the new players. No, they did not. New players did not give a flying rat's happy ass about the MSQ and its bullshit long difficulty spike. Like, it's bullshittingly long way of completion. People wanted to get in and get the fuck out. I will guarantee you tell you that's all people cared about. They wanted to get the hell out of MSQ. And nobody wanted to sit through the cutscene. Because when you do the story, you still see the stupid cutscenes anyway. That was a bit too early. Whispering Dawn. Okay, so the reason why, if someone tells you Scholar is not a beginner healer, okay, it actually is. Getting to Scholar is a little bit not, but like, I digress. But because you have Galvanize, one of the best skills in the game for healers, or as I like to put it, for astrologians, for scholars, you have full damage negation as an option. Meaning, there's nobody on your team that's going to face the wrath of getting absolutely mollywopped by, like, a boss one-shot move. I would know because I've done it before. You can ignore bosses one-shot moves with a Scholar using Galvanize. It is as busted as it sounds, because it really is. Okay. I only got one level up. Okay. Not really seeing much in terms of like. Also, Triple Triad. It is a game mode in the game, and it's a game mode in Final Fantasy XIV. Also, I think it's like it's also there's Chocobo Racing, which is, albeit a questionable thing because not a lot of people do Chocobo Racing, but it is a thing. So you can do Chocobo Racing, you can do Triple Triad, which is basically like TCG in 14. There's the gambling hall where you could, well, the Gold Saucer, which is basically go to gamble 101. So if you want to be that professional gambler, yes, you have the option. Oh yeah, that's a lot of people. That's what I'm looking for. The true players that basically fill an area of mass. One of you is... I thought one of these guys could do repairs. What the hell? I just want to sell this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. So every player gets 2 default retainers. Your retainers can make you money. Okay. You can basically customize them however you want. Preferably just customize them however you want and go nuts with it, because you could basically, they're your shop. They sell any, every, and all things you possess to other players. Let's turn and look at my phone. Meanwhile, I'm trying to like put some stuff up for sale because I like inventory space. I have a lot of foods though. I could put this dye on there. Now they don't have a duration of like how long they hold stuff for sale, but you know, it also tells you market tax reduced by 2% until blah 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 the 15th of this month at 10 a.m. So like, yeah, your characters. They hold your money, basically. They hold money when you tell them to sell stuff, so be mindful of what you tell them to sell. And pretty much that's really about it when it comes to the, the retainers. You can technically level up your retainer if you wish. I usually use my retainers to sell stuff, and then I take the money off of them, and then I tell them to go back and piss off and do other stuff. And that's basically one of the easiest ways to make gil in this game. It's like you tell your retainers, hey, sell this. Now, items that you use become bound to you, so you can't sell those items. So there's that. For players that want to glam, if you cannot buy register Nintendo Switch Online free destination. What the fuck? Why would I do that? Visit another world server. Oh yeah, they put that in here. So I'm gonna go to the aft castle. So Limsa has its own set of jobs that you can acquire there only. Redania has its own, and Udall has its own. It's just a preference based off of what you want to play or what you want to unlock. If you want to become a scholar, it is Arcanist and it's Arcanist and White Mage or Conjurer, I think is what it's called before you become a White Mage. Skill levies. I'm trying to go to the inn. Inn keep. So if you want to customize your character or put your character to rest, you can go to an inn. These are free. You have your glam dresser and you have your armory. Your armor basically is where you can store items. So if I want to store these items sitting in my inventory, I can't inside here. To which I will, because they are taking up inventory space that I preciously want. When you exit the dungeon, you will go back to the previous location that you're at. So yes, you will still return back into the inn because that was the last place that you were. And why am I in this dungeon? Oh, there's a sprout in the mix. Ho ho ho. See this? Okay, so fun fact, this is wonderful. This dungeon is a perfect example of this. I will explain this to you in wholehearted detail. Do not attack the Tomberries if you are DPS. Okay, if you damage the Tomberry, he will attack you. He will not attack you if you leave them alone. So if you don't want to die instantly here, see, look, I hit him once and he attacked me. And because I hit him once, I technically gained aggro. But he will not chase me. He will not keep attacking me. He will leave me alone. You do not have to attack the Tomberries. Preferably, you don't want to. Because the boss has a mechanic that will kill you depending on how many Tomberries you defeat. It's a hidden gimmick of the dungeon. Because the whole point is you're supposed to save the Tomberries. That's why when you look at their health bar, they have a weird colored health bar from the other enemies. It's because you're not supposed to attack them. This is the only dungeon I will go to and I will refuse to attack the Tomberries because I know the repercussion if you attack them. So like this right here, this guy right here, perfect. I'll attack him, he's isolated. Move out the way. Ignore the Tomberry, attack this guy. Ignore the Tomberry. Again, this dungeon has a trick to it, and it's the most elusive trick in the entire game. And I hate the fact that a lot of people don't know the trick of, yeah, you're supposed, and it's to play a joke on players that like to kill stuff. That was the joke. If you love to kill enemies, you're going to see an enemy, you see that red health bar, I'm going to kill it, I'm going to kill it. Then the boss absolutely bitch slaps you into next Tuesday, and then you realize, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Now, I'm not sure if they removed the hidden mechanic of this dungeon. It was my favorite thing about this dungeon, because it basically penalizes you for being stupid. It was the best thing ever. If thou wants to be retarded, thou will have to deal with the results of being retarded. Also, in this one instance, I actually have a photo with that Tomberry in it as my offline screen. But when I took the photo, I didn't attack it, I just stood there. He just left me alone. And I was playing on my summoner at the time. So it's supposed to show like a grudge icon that's supposed to appear. I get what the tank is doing, and I kind of don't care to do it. So after a while, it's like some players found out that, oh well, we can grief you into attacking the Tomberries. Oh, they had to grab the stupid oil. By dragging the Tomberries, grabbing all the aggros and try to pile them on top of each other, so that you had no choice but to attack them. And I still find that just deplorably stupid. Like, not everyone wants to attack the Tomberries. I mean, they're my favorite creatures in like all of Final Fantasy. Now, I do remember I saw the tank get murdered by Tomberry in this one area. It was like the funniest thing ever. Because the Stalker Tomberry just walked up and just said, nah, goodbye. But the lesson behind this place is to teach about poaching. So these guys are not going to move any further from where they're at. I already know that for a fact. Because I just hate moving forward. Because they can cast range magic. Hey, good luck with that. Do not run over there, you dumb. Okay. So they did change it to where the protocol, they will actually attack you. That's funny, he just looked at me and he turned around and walked away. Now, I do remember there was another weird instance thing. If you didn't attack anything in the dungeon and you just walked around, they'll look at you and they'll just walk away. Because you're not showing hostility of any kind. But I think you can only do it if you're not being, they're not looking at you. Because you can't attack the stalkers. Like, the stalker Tomberries are the only ads in this area that cannot be attacked. Also, their HP exceeds the boss. So even if you try to kill it, like, it's definitely not happening. Okay, because I didn't kill any Tomberries, I should have low grudge. It's supposed to be the dungeon's hidden mechanic. And as long as you have low grudge, you should be safe from getting absolutely decimated by everyone's grudge, which is basically a damn near one-shot move, or shank, or shift. Why they made a dungeon that was basically a morality test, I have no idea. It's just really bizarre to me that the developers did that as a morality test, and then when people asked questions about it, they literally told them it was basically a morality test disguised as a dungeon. Now back then, because Summoner used to be a very powerful DPS class, like one of the top DPS classes, if you didn't attack, people got mad. So if they saw you not attacking, they were just like, why aren't you attacking? Why aren't you attacking? You need to attack. No, I'm not going to attack my favorite beloved creatures. Also, I don't want to die to the boss. And like at any given point in time. That's why you see me attacking these guys and not the Tomberries. I do not want that grudge meter. And it doesn't really matter if you heal through it. Like, it's a guaranteed one-shot. That's what he has. The boss has a guaranteed one-shot move. Defeat the King Tomberry. Yep. I actually nearly got kicked from a dungeon because of this. I didn't attack anything. And they're like, why aren't you attacking? I explained it to them after the, like, before we got to the final boss. I was like, so the person who attacks the most Tomberries is like, you're gonna regret it so fast. Because I did the dungeon first and then I re-queued for it because I was helping someone else with it. I said, you're gonna regret this. He's like, why? I said, because. I say, the Tomberries are gonna kill you. In like the funniest manner ever. Do not kill the small guys. Also, what makes it even worse, he spawned the Tomberries into the arena. So you see that, right? How they walk up to you. So, the weird thing is, Tomberries have like a collective mindset. Oh, there's a slasher. Okay, that's funny. By the way, for this mechanic, you do not attack anything but the boss. Do not attack the little guys. I will openly admit this. In that part of the dungeon, if you attack the little guys, he will turn around and one-shot you. It's also part of the hidden mechanic. Because when you hear him say he can hear the screams of everyone, it's a warning to tell you that the mechanic is the Tomberries walking into the arena. If any of them get hurt or killed or attacked, he will kill you. Like, immediately on the spot. He will straight up just murder the hell out of you for it. Which one did I make for my Grim Reaper? It was this one. So they did kind of change the way a lot of the clothing and outfit attires are now. So you can actually customize your character a little bit more with outfits that aren't class locked. So like I have more options here. That's the Majestic Jacket. Crystal tabard. I mean, that would look funny. Do I have any better pants? I'm not a fan of shorts, never was. I don't know why a lot of games do that. I like the shoes to be underneath. Sights. I don't have any other sights that I can glam. Actually, let me see on the market board if anyone has any like sights I could use for like glam. Because I think there should be one at level 70. I think. Don't quote me on it. I'm almost level 72. I would have hit level 72 if I had 8 food. Oh, there's a mender. Okay, so you want to look for independent arms menders, because they basically are your repair shop. They repair your gear. I do need to get this stuff repaired. Okay, broken. Now, if you play Summoner, you're going to have to constantly keep resummoning your pet. That is going to be a given. I don't have to explain that. Same thing with Scholar. Your pet will desummon at any given interval. I'm not sure if Beastmaster's out yet. I think they said it was supposed to come out during Berlin Fan Fest or Tokyo Fan Fest. But I'm guessing it's Tokyo Fan Fest. So we probably have, I think it was like, what, August? No, August. October when we get the next Fan Fest? And the price of the expansions, of the new expansion. Now, the expansion will have to be purchased on multiple platforms if you wish to play it on multiple platforms. I never decided to be that truly awesome, mega dedicated player of 14 that bought Final Fantasy XIV on literally every platform that exists, because I have moral standards. Oh yeah, I forgot. So there's this scythe, the Sickle of the Damned, which looks like this. No, the Sickle of the Round. What would the level 100 one look like? That's a prime example. So here's one. Actually, that one looks really nice. This is the War Scythe of Sanctifying Light. This is a level 90 item. So you only have... So items with these backgrounds means they're very special items. Pretty much either really hard to obtain or hard to craft. But really, really cool and great for transmogging. Black Mage, where the hell is Arcanist? Red Mage. Let's do level 100. I think there should be like a level 100 really good looking weapon. It's supposed to be... Okay, so that's the staff. That doesn't really scream like edgy. What about this one? Okay, that one kind of does. It's kind of like plant themed, but that one will work. The augmented Aknus. That one, no, I don't think anyone would make a... I mean, you could do like a flower themed. This one will work. These are level 80 items. So I forgot. I think it's like in a trial that gets you these. They're pretty good. It's like yeah, they're pretty good in terms of design. And then you have these, which are the Stormblood variant, because they're level 70s. So you can technically go for these. You have the Tsukiyomi Moonlight Rod, which looks really nice. But if you're on the data center where I'm at, this will cost you a whopping 410,000 gil to purchase. Now, I could ask what's everyone's favorite female boss. Because there's so many female bosses in this game. Like, I'm not even joking. You will never truly have the same favorite female boss in this game ever in your life. Because there's so many. There's so many. I do not like that one. I'm surprised I'm actually seeing the Tsukiyomi variant. Oh, that one's really cool. What about the Flame Kissed? Oh, that's really nice. Oh yeah, I forgot. Some weapons like move and rotate, like have actual mechanical parts. That's pretty cool. Though it does suck if you are a summoner, because your options can vary or be very limited due to the fact that books are your weapons. So your glam of good-looking stuff is based off of whatever books are made, and not a lot of people make summoner stuff in 14, so you get stuck with a dry spell of good-looking stuff. I mean, that one's okay. I wouldn't buy it. I definitely would not buy it. You can make an edgy-looking summoner. It's actually funny. I have that one. I don't think I remember seeing these. Now I remember that one. Which one was this one? Oh yeah. Tsukiyomi's. It's actually really cool. I don't think I bought hers. This one was never available. It seems to me that this guy's is not available. Oh yeah, I was gonna buy that one. I think I have this one in my glam box. I think I actually have that one. But basically, it's like, how do you want to go about customizing your character? How do you want to go about playing the game? There's actually content I would love to do right now, but because I'm on this console instead of my computer, I don't really want to like do that content because it'll be kind of harder for me to complete it because I'm not actually playing on Windows at the moment. Now, I do want to hear people's questions and concerns, because I know a lot of people probably have questions and concerns, and I have been seeing posts on X showing like people clearing high-end content and whatnot, but they're not really explaining like the ins and outs behind it. Like if I said, hey, I just cleared ultimate whatchamahoozit, and no one gives like decisive clarification behind what that decisive whatchamahoo's it was, then it's going to come over poorly because I didn't provide the ample information needed for, per se, a player that wanted to know that, in all honesty. In other words, I don't want to mislead the player, a new player, into something that they don't know what they're getting themselves into. Once per week, completion of the Unreal Trial grants access to Fox Hollow. Entering a retelling while playing Fox Hollow to unlock one additional play per week. The duty complete option is only available for previously completed duties. So basically, this right here, high-end duties. Like Tendo, you asked about like high-end stuff. Here is a couple of them. You have dungeons, you have trials, you have chaotic alliance raids, and then you have, I think this is like normal alliance raids. Basically, like these all combined into these four. Now, fuck, my hand hurts. Oh no, I just slightly cut myself. Okay, that's weird. You get these tombstones, which the joke about tombstones is still the joke about tombstones. There's no way around the joke around tombstones. So you have this right here. Basically, it's a mechanic that says you've never done this before, you would like to learn this, you have your duty complete, you have your duty incomplete. Duty complete matchmaking can only be done if you cleared this once. And you have purpose duty completion, aka actually doing it, or duty practice, which means you're trying to learn how to do it. This takes time, a lot of time. If you're willing to put up with the learning curve hell that is doing this, you can learn it. These duties have multiple phases, okay? Let's see if I can find it on this. I'll use the browser to basically showcase what I'm talking about for you guys. Okay. So, here it is. Chaotic. Cloud of Darkness Chaotic. Say, article, this is a level 100 for the level 50 variant of the World of Darkness or the Cloud of Darkness. Basically, you're fighting the boss from Final Fantasy VIII, in other words. This is right here, item level required. It is like the minimum is 710. The sync is 735. I think mine's is, I'm 770. If I wanted to do this, I could, but I don't have 25 people, 24 people to do. You have 90 minutes, you get tombstones, you have to talk to the Wandering Minstrel to get this in Dawn Trail to unlock this You have phases. It'll tell you right here on the wiki. Phase 1. Phase 2. Here are diagrams. And here's a Mr. Happy video that will help. You have different enemies that will come out and fight during this. Then you have phase 3. Okay. So this one has 3 phases. And when you defeat them, you get this achievement, Cloud Strife, which is a funny joke from the developers. But what's interesting about the raid is you get to see actual Cloud of Darkness right there, all in her skimpy glory and her also almost naked glory. So yeah, and you can unlock. Yes, you can unlock this baller looking armor set. So if you see people walking around with this, that is why. Okay, that is why. People will have these items for completing it. These are high-end raids. Okay. It shows right here, raids all the way to level 100. It says right here, Ultimates, Futures Rewritten, Ultimate, Dancing Mad. These are the two, this is the new one right here. Chaotix 1, Endwalker, Dragon Song Reprise, and the Omega Protocol. This one right here has a lot of phases. Okay. But if we go back, we have Alexander, the Epic of Alexander, the Weapons Reframe, the Unending Coils of Bahamut Ultimate. And mind you, Ultimate's only started because of Stormblood, because people... Okay, well, let me tell you a fun story about that one. Players complained that beating Bahamut, aka doing the Unending Coils of Bahamut, was too damn easy. So, just like with From Software, if you tell them that their shit is too easy and it's not difficult, they'll give you the most scuffed version of that content that will kick your ass. And that's what they did. They gave you the version where you have to forcibly get resurrected by Phoenix just to complete the fight. And again, it has 3 phases, and you fight Bahamut Prime. Actually, no, this one has 5 phases. So you get Bahamut Prime all the way to him doing Terror Flare and switching to Golden Form. From completing it, you get different themes for completing it. You also get answers from this. There's Bahamut Prime. He looks really, really cool. And then you have the gold variant, which is just a gold hue on him anyway. I think. Oh yeah, you get cool looking weapons. Like as you can see here from the photo, you can see like all the different weapons here. Every boss technically has unique weapons that you can acquire. I have not done that. I have not unlocked that. This one is the Ultima Ultima weapon. Again, these also grant armor sets. These grant weapons, depending on what you want. Some of them only grant weapons. Some of them only grant, like, here again, here's weapons. Some of them only grant armor sets. The Epic of Alexander, again. Each one of these are set to a specific level requirement. I think you could technically cheese through some of the old ones. I think you can. But you have to complete the requirements, like right here. It says, after completing Eden's Gate, Sculpture Savage, then you can unlock the Epic of Alexander. So if you do not complete these as required, you will not be able to unlock them to play them. So if you want to do that true hardcore end game, like that dedicated end game, you have to complete as much of the content in the game as humanly possible to basically get it. Also, if you do this fight, you actually get the primal versions of all the songs. Mobius, which is Perfect Alexander, or as everyone knows him as Alexander Prime. Well, you get his actual song from the standard version of the raid, which is Rise. You get Mobius for his perfect form. You get Brute Justice theme. You get Locust, which is Liquid Justice. So there's that, and like so on and so forth. But if you really, really want to go after these, like, I am trying to click on this page. let's say I want to go for Ultima, like this one, Dragon Song Reprise. What do I have to complete? I have to complete this Savage, the fourth circle, in order to complete it. Limited jobs are not allowed, and unrestricted parties are not allowed. Meaning you cannot do this with an unrestricted party. It does not say unsynced. That is weird. Huh. That is oddly really weird that it does not say unsynced. You get to fight a boss that looks like this. He looks freaking amazing. And again, you get more equipment. You notice like the same photo that they haven't fixed across multiple of these. Omega, you get to fight, I think it was like Perfect Omega also. Just like, I don't know if they have a photo of him. You only get to see, oh yeah, this. Alpha Omega render. This is like the combination of Alpha and Omega. The perfect form, the perfect being, the perfect entity. Yeah, Heartless Evolution Omega. And if you're wondering who Alpha is a little chocobo that Omega created because he could. Now, these bits of content are basically, like I said, accessible to any player because these are raid content. This is just how it is. You can complete the content. They give you a bunch of basic rarity blues for savages. So to put it like this, if you complete all of this one right here, you get Dragon Song Reprise. You complete all the Abyssos, you get Ultima. They were supposed to do a third one, but I guess they just pulled out of that one. But if you do not complete all of these raids in the game, okay, like all of them, you will not get to unlock the ultimates that you want to do. Now, these two, well, firstly, I have Cloud of Darkness and Shinryu Domain, which is a trial. Cloud of Darkness you can get only if you completed the original raid Cloud of Darkness, so there's that. Now, dungeons. There are dungeons that sit past the standard level cap. I think they're considered right here, the expert / level cap ones. If I remember, or something like that. It was one of those. And then you have like deep dungeons, field operations, treasure hunts, quest battles, the mass carnival, Crucible of the Unbroken, variant, and Criterion dungeon. Okay, so you're gonna need field operations, Criterion, variant, and Criterion dungeons, deep dungeons, and occasional, yeah, well, mostly these three and treasure hunts for relic weapons. So if you're not doing those, getting relic weapons past Thornblood would be hard if you don't do those. So you want to do those. And my ear is ringing. Now, here are the trials. Here are the standard trials. Wait, they removed Steps of Fate in Cape Westwind? Why would they remove these two? Okay, that's not really fun. But later removed and replaced with solo instances. That's stupid. They should have left these. These are trials. Then there's the high-end trials. Minstrel's Ballad, Ultima's Bane. So this one you can unlock and do, but if you're not geared or know how to fight Ultima, you will die here. You will straight up die here. Now, randomly, the duty roulette will randomly cue you into this without a second doggone thought and get you killed practically instantaneously. So do be careful with that. If a bunch of people queue for it and you're queuing at the same time, you could get dragged into this if you have it on your list. And then there's Good King Mog, but extreme. In Heaven's Ward, you have hard, and then the containments. Then you have the high end, the extremes. Again, Minstrel's Ballad. These are very difficult trials. Stormblood, it has its own Minstrel's Ballads, and it just cycles through that as such. But once you get to Shadowbringers, because Shadowbringers, it's the first expansion to have the unreal difficulties. You have 3: Shiva, Titan, and Leviathan. Because of reasons in the story, if you pay attention to the entirety of the story. Endwalker has the containments, Sephiroth, Sophia, Zervin, and King Thornton, an ultimate weapon. And then Dawn Trail has its own, which is Shinryu's domain. Now, you have to talk to the fantastic Mr. Fox, which is just them just saying the joke, Fantastic Mr. Fox, in reference to the movie. But basically, if you want to do any of these other ultimates or unreals, you basically have to complete all of these from him, and he'll let you have these. You have to do all his others. And Riletti Mentor, bosses Zodiac Heidelin, the Endsinger, and so on. So you have technically a lot of options. It's just the only time you'll get a chaotic is like 1 so far. To put it in like the lightest perspective, you have a lot of options in this game, so whatever you pick you can technically do, but there will be like a lot of content in the game that's just borderline almost impossible to complete if you don't group up with players. Find a good group to play with. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Beast Tribes for new players. Grind out your Beast Tribes because they give you stuff. I don't really care. I forgot what the hell. What did they call them? Societal relationships. Okay, they call it societal relationships. They're Beast Tribes. They're just fucking Beast Tribes. There's no way around it. There's no way you can just passively call it whatever the flying ballsack someone else wants to call it, because they just don't understand. You don't walk up to an indigenous tribes people and call them like societal relationships. They're just a tribe of people. Societal relationships refers to like them being as a society. If they're less than like, I think it was like what, half a mil, like half of 50, like half of 100,000, it doesn't work in that same context. Also, Manderville Gold Saucer Points is what you need for when the Final Fantasy XV event comes back and you wish to get the Regalia. Now you have other, which is for, okay, so you have this, which again, it says societies, which is just beast tribes. These are for beast tribes. This is for other miscellaneous stuff, for like events and stuff. And this is for like PvP, hunts, fates, and other content. So you'll always see like this Allegan tombstones of Heliometry, which was tombstones of Endwalker, and they're getting rid of it. And they replaced it with tombstones of mathematics and tombstones of I'm not even gonna say that. Now they do give you a timer when it resets, So once you hit the cap, you cannot collect more. Oh yeah, it's mometics. People like to call these the tombstones of mometics. So this is your cap. You have 450 per week. You max out at 2,000. If you reach the maximum and you still need to get gear, because yes, you have to use this currency to get gear to get to high-end content, you will have to learn the art of suck it up and keep grinding every week doing high-level content that drops it. Now, PvP, trophy crystals you get from winning crystalline PvP, and these wolf marks you get from just PvP in general. So that's basically how you get that. The basic tombstones that you see I have maxed out, the poetics, those you just get from doing normal dungeons, trials, raids. So like old content gives you poetics just right off the rip. Gil is going to be your go-to currency throughout the entire game to buy stuff and sell stuff to other players. And company seals, it's an afterthought that hasn't been updated since the inception of its creation. So, and the game kind of points this out to you that they haven't touched it with a literal flip, because there's this, the Grand Company rank, where you cannot get Serpent Champion because they never updated it for you to get to Serpent Champion. So you can get to Second Serpent Lieutenant, and that's it. I would like to max this out, and that goes for each one of these, even though you can get this cool baller icon that can show up next to your name. Yes, you can get this to show up next to your name, but because you can't max it out, you can't get the icon of Serpent Champion. Now, that being said, there are players in 14 with that title, with that rank, actually. How they got it, don't ask me, I don't know. All I know is, for what most of them said, there was a bridging gap in time before some weird update that they put out that allowed you to get to that rank, and then afterward you can't get to the rank. So I don't know what the hell they did that basically screwed it over for literally anybody that wanted to get to that rank in the first place. And I think it was like, there's the adventurers kit, so I think it was like the adventures in Limsa you have to go to. Let me check. And because I can't use the mouse to zoom out. Oh no, it's Maelstrom 4 here. Okay, so I think it's Gridania then? Yeah, I think I have Gridania. So basically what you're supposed to do is be able to go talk to this guy to get a quest. But it doesn't work. And yeah, this is what you could buy. See, as you could see here, it goes up to Storm Captain, First, Second Lieutenant. It doesn't go any further. So you could buy all of this stuff, which is absolutely useless to you weapon-wise. You could buy all these armor sets, or you could buy these materials, which you can... Well, the materials you can technically use. They're not a waste, actually. And, you know, some cool stuff that you could buy for, you know, your character's house. Like a miniature aetherite crystal. Or orchestra scrolls for music. And whatnot. So they have some nice stuff that you could purchase material-wise. And even some stuff that you do need, like this right here. This material right here. For making the, I think it's like Heaven's Ward relic weapon. And whatnot. So, yeah. It does have a lot of good items that you can get from this, but not being able to exceed past the rank of Second Lieutenant is what hinders the cap, because the cap is basically what prevents you from moving any further. If you're a part of a guild, you get a guild chest. Mine's is just full of random miscellaneous stuff because my FC doesn't have their house anymore, so it's just a bunch of miscellaneous items that are inside here. I could sell it all. I honestly could and make quite a lot of money return, but I choose not to because it's just a bunch of random stuff that belonged to, I guess, somebody that was in my FC at the time. Will I disband my FC and join another? No. No, I will not. When you make an FC, it's your decision if you want to continue with it or get rid of it. I chose to stick with it because I created it. It's been mine since I started, so I plan to keep it. Also, I'll be right back. Okay, I have to go check something. So, yeah, it's like the simplistic explanation for everything would be like, depending on how you want to go about endgame, you can go by the art of endgame, which is doing high-end content, or you can go by the endgame that is cosmetic beauty hell. It's more or less a preference of your choice. Okay. It really actually is a choice. Truly be honest. I'm gonna look up something in game. A yawn horn. Holy shit! Why is it so expensive? Summon forth your yawn, a sheep sparrow who disarmingly adorable appearance belies its tremendous might. What it's basically referring to is it's a joke because it's referring to the fact that it was the meme at Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest. There it is. That little guy. This is what it's referring to. There's a mount version of him. The minions. Because it's actually an enemy in the game. It's actually an actual enemy. And they made a mount of him. Also, there's just a person standing right there. Now, the only sad part is if you play a male character in Final Fantasy XIV, you suffer from the same problem as any other game. You have the least amount of character customization, or none. So let's fantasy. Oh yeah, there's cosmic exploration. So we have the Moonfire Player event, and we have the Yokai Watch event. There's 2 events coming. Moonfire Play. I guess how short is this? So we have this event coming up on Wednesday, and it's going to be in Linsville, and now says Upper Docks. Okay. We get this inflatable Modcraft, which is what it looks like. We get lawn Modcraft, the lawn Chocobo Craft, the lawn Bomb Raft, a photo, and a photo. We get 3 different photos, even though they always give us photos. Then, currently going on is the Yokai Watch event with new furniture items. So you have to go to Udall to start this. Is this accepting the quest Undertaker? You have to be level 15 to accept both of these 2 quests, by the way. And you must complete one of the following quests, the Envoys. So the Envoys is how you get your Chocobo, and you can obtain new minions. So I think the only ones I don't have are these 3, and that's about it. By handing over your medals, he will introduce you to your favorite yokai. Okay, and they are minions. You can get your you have to equip the Yokai Watch, which is a accessory in game. Complete fates, get yokai medals. Complete enough, and you collect all 17 yokai. There are 17. If you complete the first, if you get 13, you get this mount. If you complete 17, you get the other mount. And then they added furniture items and framers kits, so you can have a Yokai Watch framers kit. And then here's the weapons. I have the knuckles. I have the gun. I was supposed to get this. I don't think I got it. I do like this one. I might get this one. But Reaper does not get one. Well, that sucks. So yeah, this event showed up in 2016, 2017, 2020, and 2024. I only participated in this event once. That was it. I only participated in it once. So yeah, if anyone wants to do the event, well, there you go. So I can actually showcase that I have some of the minions in here. Oh yeah, I have the male and female version. It should be the final tab, I think. Yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have all 13. I even have all the different cat variants too. So I have to go to Udall, which I don't mind teleporting there. And again, the more you do stuff in the game, the more stuff you unlock and blah blah blah, you know. Ah, yes. The chainsaw sword. Because everyone wants to be 40k. Now, these are all relic weapons. Just different stages. Except for this person, they're just being they're just showing off. They actually have the lux. Yeah, this is your typical Dark Knight players, man. Some things I guess never change. He's for tunnel one. Where did you say I needed to go? I'm not sure if I still have the yokai watch. From the 8th to right, walk forward. Okay, so... Poor healed youth. It says active. I don't see the poor healed youth. Yeah, August 4th. I don't know about that game. The poor healed youth is not where I'm supposed to see him. Unless they're around the corner somewhere that I'm missing. This is supposed to be right over here in this area where all of these guys are standing. Oh, don't see the NPC. Either they pushed the date back and didn't update on their website or something, because I don't see the NPC for the event. I kind of wanted to go back and do the event to get the... Because I only have one version of the mount. I don't have the second one. So if I go to mounts... I have Whisper Go. And I want the second version. I just don't have the second version. Or maybe he won't show up because I have the items. What did you say I need to go to? Well, I said go to Google Soft. No, I need the armory. I gotta remember where, if I have this, it would be, oh, that's rings. Wait. Neck, ear, wrist. Okay, so stones, rings, wrist. I do not see the yokai watch, which means I probably stuck it. Oh, that probably might also not help. I probably stuck it inside the... I just now thought about it. I was like, I probably stuck it inside the armory chest, because you can't really get rid of event items like that unless you really want to just haphazardly screw yourself. So I need to check. Did I put that into? Also, for some strange reason, I don't know why this guy has rest. Oh, it's for samurai. Oh yeah, you still have job quests, and job quests used to be really, really fun in 14. You have to do these cool little side stories and whatnot, and then the devs just removed it from the game entirely because they found it very tedious to do. Seasonal gear, seasonal gear. Okay. I don't have anything for Sage, so I'll set this to all. Where the hell did I put that yokai watch? Okay, now I'm confused. Entrust with items. Where are my items? Because I know I had yokai items, yokai watch items, but now I don't recall where the hell they went. Okay, it's not on you. Okay, what do you have? Couldn't have thrown them all away. That's so weird. Where the hell did they go? Wait. I just summoned the same. I summoned the same. I summoned the same retainer twice. Okay, this is. There it is. 7 legendary medals. 7 other legendary medals. Okay, so I have 14. Okay, I don't entrust duplicates. Yeah, I don't see the watch. Without the watch, I can't really do much with the event. I don't see the watch. Okay, there's 7 of those. I don't think those were tradable either. So I think once you got it, you couldn't trade it. I wondered, did I put it on one of the characters as cosmetic gear? Or... I really gotta think about this. Where the hell did I put that? Let's see. Cast Glamour. How do I check? Yeah, view entire. That's my retainers. Oh yeah, you can glamour your retainer, however you wish. Cool. I'm not gonna do that. What was your equipment? Show me your equipment. Okay, so you don't have anything. I don't get it. Where the hell did I put that? I have the medals, I don't have the watch. Which is oddly suspicious. Because you're supposed to have the watch. It was an equipable item. And since it was a wrist item... Oh no, wait. Oh, I'm dumb. It's right here. Yokai watch. So I actually have the yokai watch still. So as long as it's equipped, I guess because the NPC won't show up for me because I already have the watch. You complete fates, you get the stuff. Now I have an older yokai watch, but the one that they show there is a different model. Huh. And it says, befriending all 17 yokai, you can speak to Niho at the Gold Saucer to exchange Manderville Gold Saucer points for the Wibbly Wobbly pillows, I'm guessing, and the yokai watch framers kit. So we will go to is Gold Saucer going to appear on here? Yeah, here it is. No. And now we're gonna go to Gold Saucer and check to see how many medals. It's like I want to see the medal count and the point count and all that. Passion. Okay, so you'll see quests like this here from characters. Passion is fashion, and then it's like learn, like you can unlock stuff for it. Oh, this is Triple Triad open tournament. Triple Triad has its own dedicated mini like tournaments in game, but you want to go to basically this place. I guess it's like this side. Go to the MGP exchange, the Mandeville Gold Saucer Point exchange. Use of this service is restricted to patrons with less than 500 MGP in their possession. Additional MGP may be won from numerous events. Yeah. Wait, motherfucker, don't I have higher than that? I have over 1,000. Oh, well, whatever. Or was it this NPC? Prize exchange. Okay, so yeah, 10,000, 5,000 for scrolls, items, ladders. The Gold Saucer is really an expensive place that you go to collect items. Purchasable miscellaneous. So if you want the framers kits from here, it's gonna run you a huge mile. Pods, mounts. Oh, sweet lord. The barding for your chocobo. Like, yeah, you're gonna go through some sincere levels of grind just to get stuff. You get some really cool mounts and minions and stuff. Water Amp. I think I have some of those. I don't see the Yokai Watch ones. I don't see the Yokai Watch ones. So only recently added. Nothing. So I'm not sure if the Yokai Watch event is active in game or not. Someone can confirm that to me. Also, this is the Fantasia potion. I do have one. Oops. My friend wanted me to turn my character into a bunny boy or a bunny girl, and I honestly refuse. I honestly will refuse, and I will constantly keep refusing to do that. I do not want my character to become the bunny. So. But yeah, the Gold Saucer is basically one of the hardest areas to go to for collecting. If you are a hardcore collector of any kind, you will have to come here, grind the crap out of this place, earn the currencies to essentially get what you want. And boy, do I mean grind the crap out of this place, because it is very diabolical what this place is. It's gambling 101 at its finest, but like it is deep gambling. It is deep gambling. Okay, what else have I not explained? I mean, titles don't really do anything anyway, so they're just things that exist in the game. The majority of them, you'll get them from like the story quest anyway, so They're sort of like minimalistic, like, use cases. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. So if you see this star here on the map, you see one star, you see a second star. That says how fast your mount can move in areas in the game. In the areas without the star means you can only move so fast. So yeah, you want to max out those stars for mount speed. Where's the other one? If you want to fly in certain maps, you need to collect all the Aether Currents per expansion. Literally, they are keyed per expansion. If you do not unlock them, then you're going to not be able to do anything. Ow. It's like a piece of... Did I... damage my foot? I feel like an abrasive part on my foot, and it's like it hurts. Like the flesh hurts when it moves. Oh yeah, this is where you can check to see all the orchestra scrolls you have obtained, and you can even see the ones that you have not attained. So you can technically attain songs that you want to hear, or songs that you just feel like, oh, well, this is a cool song. Like I have Mobius, but I don't have Mobius Reprise. I have these songs, which these are raid songs. I have Ambient, I have Quest songs, which is like Prelude, Flow, which is just instant depression. You know, the opening, like the main theme for Shadowbringers, Endwalkers, and Dawntrail. Which, oh yeah, and Heaven's War, which is Dragon Song. I don't know why they hand you these in the quest. It just seems a little weird because Flow is related to a whole different purpose. Other seasonal. So there's Answers Reprise, which is just a variant of the original. For some strange reason, Stormblood's actual main theme is a seasonal song. Hyper Rainbow Z is in a meme and a half. Just put it like that. It's just a meme and a half. Now, if you don't want to participate in any events, you can always just leave the Gold Saucer and do other stuff. You don't need to touch Gold Saucer. You never need to go to Gold Saucer unless you want to be a crippling addict gambler. Or a gambler with a crippling addiction to gambling. So unless you want to be that player, go right on ahead. The Gold Saucer awaits. It is gambling. And I mean that literally because you can literally lose all your Manderville points and end up back at square one. So it's a lose. It's basically you're going there for a chance to hit it big, and if you don't hit it big, well, too fucking bad. Now you have to grind all that currency back all over again. But I have to say, the draw distance, I guess they updated it a little. Oh, look. Now there's 3 of them dancing. It is funny when they have the whole line going across, full of, like, the Lalafels dancing. But I guess we only get 3 today. What's going on with that one spot on my foot? Okay, I need to go get that ointment and put on my foot because it is starting to hurt. Holy go put an ointment on the back of my foot because it was like hurting like all hell. Now, I technically do have story content finished, which is like MSQ post-story stuff. I just am being lazy about it. Because I can. And with the ample amount of game time, I just kind of don't want to touch it. So... But let me see. So the Switch 2 is currently really hot. So... I need to stop playing Final Fantasy XIV on the Switch. Because again, the Switch 2 is still a portable console sitting in a dock, so it can overheat and damage itself. Keep that in mind, even though people probably leave their Switch 2 in the dock for more than what is viably recommended. Okay. Mine's is already fully charged. And the fan doesn't really do much in terms of that, so for the sake of that, I will end the stream because I'm also still tired. If I end only, yeah, no, I'll just end the stream. So I can raid to somebody on Twitch. Oh, I never fixed my Twitch stream. It's still set to 1440p. Huh. I knew I was forgetting something. Now I know what it was. Okay, I'll have to fix that. I need to drop that back down. No wonder why. God damn it. Yeah, I'll probably just end stream. I mean, I like Final Fantasy XIV on the Switch. It is really, really nice. I do recommend it for players who, you know, have a Switch 2. And if you have a Switch 2, I do recommend that you get Final Fantasy XIV on it. If you don't want to play on your computer, just keep in mind there is that instance where you cannot play due to the free invisible game time that they grant everyone. It will consider your account not active, so you cannot play. Also, I think I should probably showcase that right quick before I end. See, let me show you this right quick. So it says right here, there's okay, so it says PS5, PS4, Windows, Mac, and Steam. Okay, this is Xbox, Switch. So if I select this, it'll show this. Not bad. Not bad. It'll show me this. Inactive description. May 19th, 2016 was the last time I had game time purchased. Okay. Switch to Xbox. Service account. May 19th. Okay, you see how it's synced both of those two. October 7th, 2016. 2026. This right here is because there's an invisible month. So, due to the fact that there's an invisible month there, it's going to not let the subscription become active. Because if you notice right here, it says standard Steam. But I'm selected on Switch. This is the default because I play on Steam. It cannot become active until one exact month passes. So, anyone who's playing on the Switch 2, if you do not have a sub active before you do this, you will not be able to play on PC unless you pay for a sub. And as I could stretch, because I pay on I pay for it via PC. If I click this, okay. If I click this, I have two options: entry, single one-time payment, or renewal. And then you have the options. If you select this one and you go here, damn, make a video about this. It'll show you the price. Pay this much, you get this much with tax for if you're in Texas. For 30 days entry. I should make a video about that. Now here's standard one-time payment. I'll showcase this so people can actually see this. I did not know that this was a weird bug, but it is. See, look, $16, 15 bucks. It's cheaper to buy the entry than it is the standard. You save $2. Two bona fide dollars. It is worth it if you want to save $2. But yeah, it's a weird conundrum effect that I don't think a lot of people know that. Your server's account is not going to be active for exactly the entirety of the free duration time that is given to players for free right now. So that is going to be a thing. Because I bought game time. I bought the version of the game with the game time. So I should have 2 months free. And in all technicality, I do have 2 months free, and I have the bonus third month free. It's just I have zero access to any of that. But like you said, I should make a video about that, and I more or less will. Now, I am going to do this. They have the recruit a friend. Okay? I am going to issue recruitment codes. This right here, if you are a new player, use this code. You will get a bonus item for your character if you use it, and I'll showcase the bonus items because I forgot to do it on the screen. After purchasing 30 days game time, you'll receive a exclusive in-game reward, and this it excludes the 30-day free playtime period included with new registrations on the Switch 2 version. Right here, the 30-day free playtime period. But first, recruiters reward 5 chocobo feathers and the ballroom etiquette and proper greeting. Now those gold chocobo feathers can be traded in for this mount, these mounts. This is how you can get these. From there you get 3 mounts and then Aetherite tickets, but you want the Aetherite tickets and a rare die times 5. Now for each subsequent friend up to 5 or more, you get more chocobo tickets. Okay. Items received based on friend subscription length. You first get the friendship circuit, which if you're 25 or below, you get this. You earn 20% more XP. The Aetherite pendulum, which teleports you to the nearest new adventurer on your friends list free of charge. This is great for new players. At 90 days, you get the Drunt Chocobo Whistle, which this is a 2-person mount. And your friends will receive, for 150 days, more golden chocobo feathers as you go. Now, rewards for friends. Receive the following when you subscribe: Circulate, Aetherite tickets, and all this. And silver feathers instead, which can be traded for these armor sets, which they're not great after a while, but I mean, if you need level 90, item level 660 gear, you can basically get it from silver tickets. So there's that. But basically you want to do this for the mount and this, the Aetherite tickets. So, and this. So like, yeah, if you want to do that, you can. There's the recruitment code for anyone who wants to. It really just benefits everybody in the sense of, like, you know, I pay for game time or you pay for game time, like everyone gets a reward, but it only works for players that are a part of this. there is the number of friends callback, which is a different thing entirely. Reunite with old friends. So if you're friends with people, you can call them back to the game. And during the campaign, you get chocobo feathers. They can be used for all this stuff again. And what they receive is 7 days game time, Aetheryte tickets, and 10 chocobo feathers. So think of it like this: if you wanted to come back for like 7 days to see if there's anything new before you pay for a sub, this would be your go-to for that. Technicality, my family likes to use that from time to time when they don't want to pay for a damn sub. But there is a restriction. There has to be a set number of days that they have to be inactive. So like at least 90 days, including the free play periods. So past the free trial, past the free play periods, 90 days has to pass, aka exactly 3 months, and then you can invite them. And it says it right here: invite friend to return in your friends list. So yeah, there's technically a lot of stuff that's going on that for some players that probably don't know, but you know, we are discovering it, and a lot of people aren't really talking about it, so that's wonderful. Actually, I don't know why I wasn't recording. Actually, hold on. I mean, I should have had OBS set to record. So, I guess we'll do this live on Twitch. we'll do it live on Twitch. Okay, so, Gregorius in channels. You're right, I should make a video about it, so I am going to make a video about it, and I'm going to do it while I'm streaming. This is going to be funny. So, for players trying to play on PC from acquiring the Switch version of Final Fantasy XIV, if you go to your service account status, you will notice it'll say, especially if you bought the starter edition and the complete edition at the same time, it'll grant you 2 months game time. But in your service account status for Switch 2, you have to switch this to Switch 2, I have all but Mac active, as you can see in the bottom, basically. It will say October 7th because that's when I activated mine on August 4th, so it gave me October 7th. Because of this, my subscription status is inactive due to the free play period. Because this is active on the Switch, even though my account type standard is Steam, because that's where I started playing on Steam, if I click the top option and I go to accounts, service account status, it says inactive, but it never updated the end date. Due to this discrepancy, you cannot play on PC at all. And I desperately mean that. Like, you cannot play on PC if you do not buy a game time. Because it's not going to count it till the free period is over. I don't know why it's doing that. Because if you go to Xbox, it says the same thing. It says the very same thing on Xbox. So one of the catch-22s is you can buy the highest tier version of the game, which is this one, getting all of this, but your game time does not want to carry over to PC right now. And I guess that's due to the free month that they promised during Fan Fest. So due to that, you're stuck up a creek without a paddle. Also, I do have to say, for new players that wish to start the game, or, you know, if people want to come back to the game, here's how you invite people back. You have a minimum requirement. There is a minimum requirement of 90 days before they can come back. But if you're trying to recruit new players to the game to get the wonderful mounts and stuff, do provide a recruitment code, which this is mine. If y'all wish to use it, you can get fantastic rewards, as you can see here. First time recruiters, you get these guys, you get all of these items. The gold chocobo feathers can be exchanged for 3 different mounts, and some Aetheryte tickets, which gives you free teleports anywhere in the game, and a choice between 5 magic pots Now, you want this one because you can get the metallic gold dye and you can get the jet black dye free and not pay for it on the mock station. Recruit up to 5 or more players, you get more chocobo feathers. And when those people, for new players who will buy game time, you get items too. And if y'all use my recruitment code before my actual game time kicks in, y'all will be able to get rewards too because y'all used my recruitment code. So the more that y'all use the recruitment codes, the more stuff that y'all get, and the more, like, I get stuff, but y'all get stuff. I don't really care what I get. It's mostly nothing burger items for me. And when y'all invite people, y'all can get silver chocobo feathers that y'all can use to get, you know, item gear level up to level 90 till the next expansion, and so on and so forth. So yeah, if you want to use that, it's right here. My recruitment code. It says right here, notes, each recruitment code may only be used once to invite one friend. You can only invite one friend every 3 hours. Recruitment codes remain valid for 120 days. And here what it says, you can only invite one friend every 3 hours. Every 3 hours. So you can only use it to invite one friend. So, I guess for the people that want, there is the email option where you can email it to people and so on and so forth. But mostly for people who are trying to play on PC and Switch 2, but only got the Switch 2 version because they didn't update renew their PC sub. The reason why you're not able to play is due to the fact that you have the free 30 days on the Switch 2 version, and that is what's going to restrict you from playing at this current moment till that free 30-day period is gone. And yes, it does tell you in here, I think it was, that it excludes that entirely. I think it was this one. I hit the wrong. Yeah, it says it right here. Please note that the 30-day free play period on the Nintendo Switch 2 version subscription discount do not count towards your total days subscribed. So basically, the free 30 days basically do not count at all towards your game time, even though you think it would. And keep that in mind that I'll show you this, that when I first started playing Final Fantasy XIV on the Switch 2, my game time said 65. Because I guess the devs did not want to do 67 or 69. Now it's at 61, but my total days subscribed is 870. So it did go up, oddly as it was. So that's fun. That's really fun. I don't think they realized that it did, but it also did count the extra 30 days on my account because it counted the other previous free play days before. I don't know if Square Enix realized that there's a bug in the system for that, but who knows? They might fix it, they might not. But hey, we'll see. It's slowly still getting patched, it's slowly getting improved, and I mean, we can go from there with that one. Okay. Cool. That was nice. It's funny because my YouTube channel has so many shorts for for gacha games that when I randomly upload actual YouTube videos, it's just either they do really well or really piss. Well, I honestly really don't care if they do real piss or really good. If people watch the videos, they watch the videos. If they don't watch the videos, they don't watch the videos. I did a short of the unboxing the Steam controller. To which I wanted to try the Steam controller with Final Fantasy XIV on Windows, but I couldn't. Because that's when I found out that it straight up told me that I do not have access to playing the game because I don't have an active sub. So that's how I found out about that earlier. Oh, I don't know what the fuck the browser was doing just now. Restart. Why are you trying to pull up a new fucking tab? Okay. Close that tab. What's going on? Recording stuff for like YouTube is it's an interesting shuffle. But how should I name this video? I don't really do thumbnails. I'm like trying to do stuff for the YouTube video.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change? No cause for panic.
Okay. I gotta give them tags, hashtags, description. Oh man, that's all the fun parts of YouTube right there, buddy. All the time wasting in the goddamn world and then some. I'm trying to make sure I get the video uploaded in stream. Sometimes I notice with making YouTube videos, the more simplistic I make the videos, the faster people will watch them or like actually look to see what it's talking about. And I appreciate that, especially from you guys that watch and support the shorts I make. And occasionally, I guess y'all watch the actual YouTube videos I upload. You know, and that does help. I don't tell people to push my channel through the algorithm because honestly, it's YouTube. Algorithm is basically as shot as it has always been. So I don't really say like, oh yeah, hey guys, help me like and subscribe to help push my video in the algorithm. Like, no, it just kind of.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
It's kind of a no-brainer. Oh my sweet Lord. Why does this... Anyway. Okay. So this is what we're looking at. So I said it's a publish. Why not this specific trailer? Hold on. There's a specific video. For this one I want to use the live stream. Because the live it's more or less associated towards like the previous live stream. So that's uploaded. Oh yeah, sorry, we're so about it. Okay, so this is now uploaded for you guys to watch, or I guess put it out there and just uploaded it. Like I said, this is why I don't care about earnings on YouTube. I'm not even there, so there's no revenue on this channel. So I honestly don't care. But like, I do want y'all to put this out as like a PSA thing for people who are trying to play on PC or other platforms while on Switch 2. Why they can't seem to like, you know, get their game time over. Generally what I explain, which is like, if you don't have game time prior to when you activate it, you're not going to be able to play on another platform because of that. Okay. So basically that's what this video is going to be about. Anything below that, random stuff I uploaded. If anyone has decided to watch the Halo gameplay, it was just me and my friends sticking around in Halo Campaign Evolve. My honest opinions about Campaign Evolve, I will save for another stream because I wasn't all too thrilled or happy about how, like, my enjoyment of that, to really be honest, it was kind of mid or meh in my eyes. So, and kind of boring. So, there's that. I might need to make a short variant of it. But you guys, y'all actually killed it with the with the first stream of me playing this on the Switch too. So hell yeah, you guys are amazing. Love you guys. You guys are a wonderful bunch. But I will end stream here so I can get some sleep and keep my throat from not being dry as all hell. Like, maybe I'll stream tomorrow, give or take, and I'll see about streaming next. Like, if my dad doesn't have me doing stuff next week, I'll see about it. And if I'm not too busy, I'll stream more of me playing on the Switch too, and try to do more stuff So while I have all this game time, you guys, the viewers, can actually come in to my data center and come onto the world that I'm playing on, and I could go to the world that y'all are playing on, and like we could do stuff, maybe clamor challenges and whatnot, and go from there, essentially. So we'll see. I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Whenever that happens, if you want, you can join my Discord. You can join my Discord if you wish. It's not forcing. I'm not gonna force it upon you. It's not a mandate. I go to my channel. I do have a Discord link right here. This will take you guys to my Discord server. If y'all wish to join and keep in touch when I go live and whatnot. So there's that.
Clear skies and boundless possibilities.
And I'll catch you guys in the next stream.
I dare say
Bye.